You know, Justin Bieber had a post the other day on his Instagram talking about all the drugs that he did when he was younger and how much it fucked him up. And now he's got a relationship with the Lord, and he's got, you know, he's married, and he's trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's struggling with the fact that he was insanely famous when he was a kid.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
No. I mean, I think that we've become friends in a strange way, you know.
Robin Big.
Yeah. It's like exactly.
I'm big in it, Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's. To a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, apparently not. Something.
I always say this about Justin Bieber. When people hear about him going insane, like, of course he's going insane. You have no idea what it would be like to be him and to be 17 years old. And girls literally trying to break into his house. They're coming down chimneys. They're flying in on parachutes. They're doing anything they can. They just want to be around him. You want him to be normal?
Oh, man, poor guy.
Months ago, I was really struggling mentally and emotionally, and just there was so many things that were adding up, and I wasn't able to enjoy any of the things that I own.
That stuff's not gonna matter to you.
None of the actual things did anything because I was so hurt and I was so confused and I was so sick and there was all these things and I was like, I can't, you know, there's like, you just can't, like you said, you can't enjoy the actual physical, tangible, like, things that money offers, right? Like, it really had to come from within. So that's I guess our perspective.
The you of then was on a path of self-destruction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive for sure.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me.
They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, you know, business, you know, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
So many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z, everyone.
Justin Bieber just blew up Diddy's entire career. And this time, it's not just talk. That's how Joe Rogan kicked off one of his most shocking podcast episodes yet. Sitting across from his guest, his voice was calm but serious. And what he was saying carried real weight. Just hours before the recording, new footage from one of Diddy's notorious parties had surfaced. And it wasn't just embarrassing. It was damaging. According to Rogan, this wasn't just celebrity gossip or some party clip. This was surveillance footage. It was carefully planned. He even called it cult-like. For almost 3 hours, Rogan broke down the video, what it could mean, and more than anything, Diddy's role in it. The podcast quickly went viral across every major platform. The message was loud and clear. The entertainment world was done hiding Diddy's secrets. The video Bieber released had already caused a stir in court, but now, with Rogan showing it to the world, it hit a whole new level. This isn't just some celebrity getting exposed, Rogan said during the podcast. This is something bigger. A whole system is being cracked open. What Bieber revealed wasn't just shocking, it felt dangerous. And Rogan made it clear he was glad it came out. The video itself was 14 minutes and 32 seconds long, but Rogan said it revealed more than any legal file or news story ever could. They're walking people through hallways like livestock, he said. The staff were wearing matching uniforms, talking through radios, and using strange phrases like heartbeat reset, as if they were performing some kind of ritual. Who does that at a party? Rogan asked, eyes wide. According to him, this wasn't luxury or special treatment. It was control. And that word kept coming up over and over. Control. The footage didn't just show people moving through rooms. It showed perfect timing. Doors opened and closed right on cue. Lights flashed red like some kind of signal, and the staff whispered about supplies and linens like it was all part of a script. Everything was centered around one main hallway in a mansion owned by Diddy. Then came the part that shook everyone. This is Epstein-level stuff, Rogan said. Except this time, it's on video. You hear me? They can't erase this. The internet lit up. Clips from the podcast spread instantly. Rogan just ended Diddy started trending on X. People who hadn't even followed the case before were suddenly watching the video and asking questions. But Rogan didn't stop there. This isn't just on Diddy, he said. It's on everyone who knew and said nothing. Everyone who went to those parties and looked the other way. Then he dropped some big names. Jay-Z, DJ Khaled, Usher. Where are they now? He asked. They were there. They saw what went on. That moment set off another wave online. Now the story wasn't just about Diddy. It was about everyone who might have helped keep things quiet. The podcast wasn't just a reaction anymore. It turned into something much bigger. Joe Rogan didn't just express anger. He laid out how a network of silence had protected Diddy for years. But now, that shield was falling apart. Rogan read directly from official records, pointing out how Bieber's video was tied to tech evidence, like router activity, access points, and suspicious security camera blackouts. He made it clear, this wasn't just some scandalous video. It was solid proof, and Bieber had the nerve to bring it forward instead of burying it. Joe paused for a moment and said what many were thinking. Bieber didn't have to do this. He could have kept quiet, but he didn't. And that takes real bravery. Rogan didn't frame Justin as someone trying to expose others for attention. He called him a survivor, someone finally speaking up from inside a world that usually stays silent. People stay quiet until everything blows up, Joe said. But Justin, he didn't wait. He stood up. And now the whole house is burning. That's when things really started to shift. Rogan brought up older stories, Diddy's famous all-white parties, how he claimed to mentor younger artists, and the strange control he seemed to have over people like Usher. Then he played old, interviews where Diddy openly joked about how much influence he had over others. Joe didn't laugh. These weren't quirky moments, he said. They were warnings. People just ignored them. What some had called strange behavior, Joe called what it really was. Grooming, power games, and abuse. And now, thanks to the footage, it wasn't just speculation anymore. The more Rogan talked, the clearer it got. This wasn't just about one man. It was about how the whole entertainment industry allowed this to go on. These events weren't secret. They were planned. People knew. If that 14-minute video shows this much, Joe said, think about what else might be out there. Think about how many nights like that never got recorded. As the episode went on, Rogan started reading live messages from listeners. They included victims, former employees, and whistleblowers, all saying things like, finally, and thank you for speaking up. But Joe wasn't slowing down. This is only the beginning, he said. The rest of the footage? It's coming. The feds? They're just getting warmed up. Then he sent a direct warning to celebrities still backing Diddy. If you're defending this after everything we've seen, you're not clueless. You're part of the problem. And then came the moment that sent chills through viewers. Rogan stared right into the camera and said, if you were at those parties and saw what was going on, now's your chance to speak up. Because what Justin's footage proves is that the truth doesn't stay buried forever. That moment hit hard. By the end of the night, the episode had reached millions. Diddy's sponsors began backing away. Legal pressure picked up. And the once hidden footage wasn't locked in court files anymore. It was out in the open and people were watching. Rogan's words spread across every platform and the message was loud. Diddy's empire wasn't just shaken. It was falling apart, because once people finally see what's been going on behind closed doors, there's no pretending it didn't happen. This wasn't just a report, it was a takedown. And right before ending the episode, Joe left everyone with one last message. To anyone still covering up for predators like this, your time's running out. Silence won't protect you anymore. Then came the final line, sharp and simple. Diddy spent years trying to control the story. But now, the truth has proof, time codes, and videos, and he's got nowhere left to hide.